they're an offensive juggernaut as far as aggressive attack. They're all about taking that ball to the basket and not being denied.
You think after last night, you feel like you were able to talk to the team today and get them prepared for tomorrow?
We hope so.
Does it take a big opponent like Denver to kind of get these guys going at the dog days here?
No, it's just a matter of being collectively in sync with one another, so we're reacting together. Yeah.
Obviously, Carmelo and Chauncey are both talented, but is there one particular concern over the other? I mean, how would you weigh that?
Probably our biggest concern is their bench. I mean, granted, those guys can score, but Smith, Lawson, Anderson on the boards. Those are issues that we really are concerned about.
They play with an awful lot of confidence. I mean, it's just like they don't look like they're intimidated, at all when they play you guys. They just think everything's going to go okay.
Well, they were that way when we beat them 4-0 two years ago.
No,
they were that way anyway.
Okay.
So that's the character that they have.
Okay.
So they believed last year they were going to beat us, and we were able to win that one. But they have that character of a player on the team.
Are they the team that's are they going to get to the West Finals? Do you think?
Who knows?
Yeah.
There's Dallas is playing well, and Utah's playing great. They're four very good teams that are playing well, and you've got San Antonio and other teams that are good basketball clubs that certainly are. Who knows how Oklahoma's going to end up 20-some games from now?
Are these the dog days? And if so, how do you get out of them? How do you kind of
just keep playing? Just go through the schedule, check them off. One of those games and show up, just like you guys do.
That's what we do.
Yeah, last night was really fun to watch.
Actually, it was the players shot well. There wasn't a lot of turnovers. It's just because you guys don't have anybody identifying Philadelphia saying that's a great player, boys. It's just your expectation. You have a jaded eye. You guys have
I don't know about that. Dallenberg looked like a great player.
Wait a second.
You know how much they're paying at Dallenberg? Do you know how much they're paying him?
I don't know his salary.
Pretty intense salary. He must be a great player. They're playing him the kind of money that makes it great.
Well, wait a second. You even noticed that about not just the media, but about 19,000 people last night were kind of languishing.
Yeah. It's on a lot of back of heads when I was looked over in the crowd.
You mentioned the Nuggets bench gives you cause for concern. Does that change the way you do anything with your rotation?
It hasn't up to this point. Obviously Sasha Vujicic's been very effective for us in this series, and he's going to be out, so that'll change some things.
Denver is one of many teams you guys handled last season in playoffs and otherwise that have beaten you already this season. Is there something to that these teams just care more about beating you guys and is inherent?
Yeah, I was watching their game last night. They were playing Detroit. Detroit was up, in the fourth quarter or whatever. And the Detroit announcer said, they'd beaten them earlier in the season. Detroit had. And the Detroit color guy, Kelsey, was saying, Denver's 13-10 against teams under 500, and they're like 27-9 and teams over 500. So they're obviously a team that gets jacked up to play, better opponents. And so, that's not atypical. I mean, what happened? Boston win or lose against the Nets today.
They lost by 10.
Right? See, those things happen in the NBA, and everybody wonders why, but there are good players on the other teams, and it's tough to match that style. These guys pay attention to the good teams. They really are tuned into how these teams play and the characteristics of the players on the team. They may not even know how Yi plays. Because they're not watched. They're not a watched team. All of a sudden you play against them, and these guys have talent. It's a talented group of guys that play.
Are there any particular things on film that stand out when you look at Denver playing some of those marquee opponents versus ones that aren't so much so?
I think shooting. And basically, their consistently. Their shot selection, their shooting capabilities, I think it improves dramatically. Ball handling, obviously. Those are things that can get a little sloppy, but we look forward to a good game against them.
When will Sasha be back? What's the latest?
We don't know. We really don't. It's an injury. We hope he's going to be back when we return from the road trip a week from now.
Anything on Luke?
Luke, we're just going to hold and wait and see how he progresses here. Actually with the end goal in mind more than anything else.
So some people tomorrow are going to be conflicted. The U.S. game faces off at 12:15. You guys tip off at 12:30. You think?
Somebody's already asked to have our monitor
There's so
on.
many timeouts in the NBA basketball game that you can go watch that hockey game many minutes just to check it out between.
Go? What do you mean go? We'll have it tuned up on the
You have
TV.
both monitors going.
Absolutely. Maybe